is Valley News Live at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Justin Betty. It's mid-April, but winter has made its return to the region. This scene behind me right here, you see almost nothing but white. This is Devil's Lake, where they're getting a lot of snow right now. This over here, Castleton, right on the line between the rain and the snow. Parts of north and western North Dakota getting a lot of snow at this moment. Meanwhile, in Grand Forks, snow starting to blanket the town. You can see the wind has picked up there as well. To see the latest on what's going on, let's send things over to First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch.
First Alert Weather Day continues today as we go through. We have blizzard-like conditions setting up and a lot of snow out there already. Here is a look at the latest radar. We do have rain south and we're seeing some thunderstorms push out into Wisconsin. But look at this area of dark blue and white. That's the band of heavier snow, and it is producing 1 to 2 inches of snow per hour. That's from Grand Forks through Devil's Lake and wrapping down in towards Bismarck. We're going to full screen this so you get a better shot at it, and I'm going to close this in a little bit closer to our area. Now notice that heavier band is not too far from Fargo to the north, where you see the dark blues. Again, heavier snow. Reports north of the Valley City area, 4 inches already. What you saw in Grand Forks, 4 inches already, 6 inches already in Bismarck, with reports of 5-foot drifts already. And we told you 5 to 15-foot drifts by the end of this whole ordeal. Not going to be out of the question. 8 inches of snow. And this is just day one of a 4-day system. Now, it's not going to snow that entire time. Visibility is ridiculous, 1/10 of a mile in Grand Forks. Anywhere you see the pea green color there, under a mile, well under a mile visibility. Winds gusting over 45 miles per hour. They're from the northeast. Now, here's this evening's forecast, this heavy batch of snow. Bismarck, look at this, Jamestown, you're right in the mix all the way into Grand Forks. That's where it kind of sits for the evening hours. So major impacts tonight, heavy snow, significantly wet, with blizzard conditions. Power outage, and now we're concerned also through the event of snow load on your roofs and for your shoveling as well. So keep that in mind. Impossible travel, make sure you fill that gas tank and have that winter survival kit handy if you must travel, but my advice is to not. Risk to newborn livestock certainly does continue, and we'll be keeping our eyes on rising river levels. For tonight, heavy snow, blizzard conditions, rain in our southern and southeastern counties. For tomorrow, a dry punch of air for some of us. There will still be accumulating snow for many of us as well. We'll show you exactly where. And the winds will be gusting nastily on Thursday, and some of us will pick up our only snow of the event as we go from Thursday and into Friday. Justin, I'll have hour-by-hour details on what you can expect for tonight and beyond coming up here in a moment.
All right, thanks, Hutch. One of the areas already seeing snow is Devil's Lake, and that is where you find Valley. JC, how are you holding up out there?
Well, Justin, since you last came out here around noon today, things look a lot different. It is completely snow covered here in Devil's Lake now, and just 4 hours ago, there was not a single snowflake on the ground. Now look at this. This is Highway 2. Such low visibility, we cannot even see the highway. You can barely see those cars going by, and we're just off of Highway 2 here in Devil's Lake. Now, it is progressively, right now, you can tell we're in a deep band of snow as it's coming down because it is falling, and Justin, it is thick, wet snow here, and it is piling up. I mean, our camera has been soaking wet. We have our gear all pulled up, and it is piling quickly, and it's only been about 4 hours that it's been falling here in Devil's Lake. So I'm going to stay here throughout the evening, monitor conditions. I know right now roads are already very slick, a lot of icy patches, completely snow covered here on Highway 2, that corridor in Devil's Lake. So stay home because this is not something you want to be out stuck in. It is very cold and very windy out here as well. So tough conditions right here, but I'll be here throughout the evening and continue to bring you the latest from Devil's Lake.
Hey, thanks, JC. Go stay warm if you can. Well, the storm, as you might expect, is expected to make travel difficult across much of North Dakota through Thursday. But again, some spots, as you've seen, are worse than others. So let's take a look at the latest road conditions. In North Dakota, we just found out from Jamestown to the Montana border, I-94 will be closed starting at 5 this evening. So in about 20 minutes, I-94 from Jamestown west to the Montana border will be closed. All the red you see on the map here is the no travel advised area. Purples are the travel alerts. Some roads in Valley City area around Cooperstown, Hillsboro, all covered in snow and ice, making travel difficult there. On the other side of the river in Minnesota, roads are in a little better condition right now. The storm again moving in from the north and west. The plows are out there doing their best as they can. New at 4, the man who went on a 4-day robbing spree last summer has now been sentenced in federal court. Hunter Havistow was originally charged with 5 counts, interference with commerce by threats and violence. However, documents show 2 of those counts have been dropped. Havistow pleaded guilty to this case back in December. He robbed a number of businesses from June 6th through June 10th. That spree finally ending when an employee of a Mr. Money fired multiple shots the back window of his getaway car as a way to make the car more identifiable to police and the public. Havistow was arrested a few hours later. In an interview with Valley News Live shortly after his arrest, Havistow apologized and said addiction to drugs were at least partially to blame for his robberies. He was sentenced to serve just over 3 years in prison, where he'll go substance abuse treatment. We have new information on a police chase that led authorities on a 2-hour manhunt in the Northern Valley on Sunday. Authorities have now released the names of the people they believe were involved in that pursuit. The driver has been identified as 25-year-old Jordan Larson, and his passenger is 23-year-old Jordan Lorraine Krolak. The sheriff's office says a Polk County deputy tried to make a traffic stop on Highway 75 near Angus, Minnesota, but the driver took off and left the vehicle. It was found about 2 miles away. Still ahead, we'll have more on Washington's efforts to bring prices back down.
And big flakes are flying and accumulating at a rate of 1 to 2 inches per hour for many of our counties, while some of us still are just dealing with rain, like here in the FM area. Your hour-by-hour forecast and an update to snowfall as we head through the next 3 days is next.